till that whatever we have learned in last lecture, that we will revise. So I request somebody to recap the things, the whatever we have learned in the last lecture. So who will help me to recap the things? Anybody of you? Last lecture, what we have seen? I think Shiv Prasad Karande. You want to interact? You want to tell? Who will tell? Whatever we have learned.
Limitations of first law of thermodynamics.
Okay, first of all, I should, okay, Asmita Asbe, Avantika Asbe, you are telling, na? Okay. Am I right?
Asmita Sarvade, sir.
Asmita Sarvade. Sorry. Limitations of first law of thermodynamics. Very good. Then afterwards?
Thermal reservoir.
Thermal reservoir. Okay. So which are the thermal reservoirs? Anybody? Asmita, okay. Asmita is knowing. Others, please reply. Parth Bhumkar, Diptesh Redekar. Please participate, yes, in the lecture. How many thermal reservoirs are there? In last lecture we have seen. How many thermal reservoirs we have seen last lecture?
Sir, can I?
You can. No problem.
Sir, two types of thermal reservoirs, source and sink.
Okay, source and sink. Good. So, how we define thermal reservoirs? How we define thermal reservoirs? Ready? Hello. Thermal reservoirs means these are the bodies or the systems to which abundant amount of heat, if you add, or abundant amount of heat we can take out from thermal reservoir, still its temperature remains constant. So that kind of thermal reservoir, that kind of bodies or that kind of systems, we call it as a thermal reservoirs. For example, source and sink. So source is a thermal reservoir which is at high temperature, and another is what? Sink is a thermal reservoir which is at low temperature. Okay, very good. Then afterwards, I think we have seen the laws of the thermodynamics. Am I right? So there are two laws of second law of thermodynamics. First one is, who will tell? Other than Asmita Sarvade, who will be able to tell which are the two statements of second law of thermodynamics? Name please. Anybody?
Kelvin-Planck statement and Clausius statement.
Pawan Shinde is okay. Pawan Shinde, and who is telling? Parth Kumbar. Am I right now? Pawan Shinde. Okay, very good, Pawan. So there are two statements. One is what? Kelvin-Planck statement, and another is what? Clausius statement. So Kelvin-Planck statement is related to anybody?
Heat engine.
Heat engine, and the Clausius statement is related to
heat pump and refrigerator.
Very good. So what is who will state Kelvin-Planck statement? Who will state Kelvin-Planck statement? Who will state Kelvin-Planck statement? Anybody of
Can
you?
I, sir?
You can phone, no problem.
It is impossible to construct a cyclic device, operating device whose sole effect is to transfer all amount of heat into an equivalent of work.
Okay, it is impossible to transfer all amount of heat into an equivalent work. Okay, means all amount of heat cannot be converted into work. Some amount of heat will go in the form of losses, or it should be get rejected, and therefore thermal engine efficiency is never one. Okay, so which are the thermal engines? No, not only IC engines are thermal engines, but all other thermal engines are. Which are other thermal engines? Steam turbine is one of the thermal engine which can produce work and take heat as a input. So all kinds of devices which takes heat as a input and gives work as output are called as heat engines. And for that, law is what? Here thermal law is here Kelvin Planck statement. Now, another statement is there that anybody? Clausius. Now, who will tell Clausius statement? Pawan Shinde and other than Asmita Sarvade, who will tell? I want that everybody should be involved in the lecture. Otherwise, making phone on and yeah, only showing the for attendance purpose will not solve the purpose. Anybody of you? Clausius statement? I think then Pawan Shinde and Asmita will ready. Only it is not lecture of Gavuli sir, Pawan Shinde and Asmita Sarvade. Everybody should involve. Other than them, Prathamesh Salunke.
Yes, sir.
Prathamesh, today you are not involved. Clausius statement, can you state? Can you state Clausius statement, Pawanji, Prathamesh?
No, sir.
Why Prathamesh? Not studied. Okay, other than, okay, then Pawan Shinde or Asmita Sarvade. So to save the time now, we'll go Prathamesh. But Prathamesh, study hard.
Yes, sir.
Pawan Shinde.
Yes, sir.
What is Clausius statement?
It is impossible to construct a cyclic operating device, regenerator of heat pump, which can transfer the heat from low temperature body to high temperature body without consumption of external work.
Very good. So naturally heat flows from higher temperature to lower temperature, and but here impossible to construct a device which will transfer heat from low temperature to high temperature without external work. Means it is possible to transfer heat from low temperature to high temperature, but we have to provide some external work. Without external work, it is never possible. Okay, so that is the Clausius statement. Okay, then afterwards, I think we have seen the equivalence of second law of thermodynamics. So we have seen that up till now, Kelvin Planck statement is completely related to heat engine. Clausius statement is completely related to heat pump and refrigerator. Their words are different, statements are different, but when we have to use these two statements in a common device or a combined device, then these two statements shows a strong relationship with each other, and that is called as, who will tell? That is called as, last article we have seen on that day, that is called as, anybody of you? Owen, Asmita. That is called as equivalence of second law of thermodynamics. Means these two statements differ, okay, but when we have to use them in a common or combined device, then they show very strong relationship with each other. Means if one statement is violated, is not obeying, okay, but another statement is following that law, but when we have to use in them common device, the statement which is following the second law of thermodynamics will also get violated because it is having relation with that violated statement. If Kelvin Planck is violating and process is true, but in common devices, Kelvin Planck is always showing its falseness, and also Clausius is also showing the violation. Therefore, these two statements are strongly related to each other, and that is called as equivalence of second law of thermodynamics. Though these statements are different in all ways, but they are strongly related to each other. So that I think we have seen up to last lecture. So I request everybody, so it is also my mistake that I have not sent PPTs to you. Okay, so today I will, somebody can WhatsApp me so that I will first chapter, at least notes I will today I will send. Okay, so we'll so then after also we have seen the perpetual motion also, PMM of first kind and PMM of second kind. Okay, now we'll go for the another outcome of, say, now is screen visible to you all? Is screen visible
sir.
to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So the first law of thermodynamics is what failed to tell that whether a given process, whether any given thermodynamic process, whether it is reversible or irreversible. Means the first law of thermodynamics never tell that reverse of a possible is possible or not. Therefore, it is one of the limitation, but that limitation is overcome by the second law of thermodynamics. So second law of thermodynamics is clearly distinguished between the reversible process and irreversible process. So according to second law of thermodynamics, if we reverse the process, and if second law of thermodynamics, both maybe a Kelvin Planck statement or process statement, if they are not get violated, then that process is called as reversible process. And while reversing the direction, if the second law of thermodynamics get violated, then here that process will be called as what? Irreversible processes. Okay, so it is very difficult to obtain a reversible process, because reversible process should have a thermodynamic equilibrium in all stages. So if system and surrounding both should be in thermal equilibrium, and they should be in thermal equilibrium in all stages. So every stage, if one stage is missing in thermal equilibrium, thermodynamic equilibrium, then also we cannot say that the process is reversible process. Therefore, reversible process cannot be distinguished, is not here cannot distinguished by the first law of thermodynamics, but second law of thermodynamics helps to tell us that it is distinguishing clearly in between reversible process and irreversible process. Am I getting? Is chat box? Are you getting? I think chat box, at least you reply in chat box like last lecture. So Asmita Sarvadi, yes sir. Okay. Abhishek Pawan, yes, very good. Prathamesh, okay. But when now you are getting, but when I am asking next lecture, then I think you are unable to tell. Good. Okay, now then we'll go in difference form. We'll differentiate clearly in reversible processes and irreversible processes. So first point is there that reversible process cannot be realized in practice. So actually there is no process in the world which is universe, not in the world, no process in the universe which is reversible process. So it is very difficult to achieve the reversible process. So reversible process cannot be realized in practice. So irreversible process. All practical processes occurring are irreversible process. Whatever processes are occurring, so we are breathing is one of the process. It is also one of the irreversible process. So whatever the exhaust gases are coming from an engine, that exhaust gases, that these are also reversible process. If if you are applying a brake, we are applying friction. So that all kind of processes are irreversible processes. Reverse of them is not possible. Okay, all processes in the universe are irreversible processes. So no process in the universe is reversible, but still some few process we can consider them as a reversible process. So take this into consideration. Then reversible process, the process can be carried out in the reverse direction following the same path as followed in the forward direction. If we want to make the reverse process, so system and surrounding, so if I applied one forward direction process, then to have the reversible process, the same path, either system or surrounding, they should follow. It should not be exactly same path. It should be get followed by either system or surrounding. Then that process is called as reversible process. And for irreversible process, reverse may be possible, but they are taking different path. So that should not be called as a reversible process. So here reverse direction should follow the same path as that of the forward direction. Okay. Then a reversible process leaves no trace of occurrence of process upon the system and surrounding after its reversal. Means here no trace of occurrence means what? There, if in forward direction, if system has taken 50 kilojoule of heat to increase its temperature from, let us say 10 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius, if a system, then if you want to cool, reverse means if you want to cool from 20 degrees Celsius, if 20 degrees Celsius to 10 degrees Celsius, then by taking same amount of 50 kilojoule of heat, it should come to the original temperature. Means in that case, system should, whatever system has given to surrounding, same surrounding should give to system and come to the initial state. That is called as what? Reversible process leaves no trace of occurrence of process upon system and surrounding. म्हणजे दोन्ही कडून एकमेकांना कसलंही प्रकारचं कर्ज असता कामा नये. म्हणजे सिस्टीमने जेवढं सराउंडिंगला दिले तेवढ्यात अमाऊंटच्या ह्याच्यामध्ये सराउंडिंगला सिस्टीमला देऊन दोन्हींनी इनिशियल कंडिशन ऑफर झाली पाहिजे. म्हणजे कुणाचा लॉस पण झाला पाहिजे आणि कुणाला गेन पण झालं नाही. जेवढं सिस्टीमने फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन दिलेलं आहे तेवढंच रिव्हर्स डायरेक्शनला रिव्हर्स उलट देऊन, उलटी अमाऊंट देऊन हिअर दोन्हींनी काय झालं पाहिजे, आपल्याला रिव्हर्स डायरेक्शनला घेऊन वी शुड गो फॉर हिअर then that here should both system and surrounding should come to the original initial condition. Okay, irreversible process, the evidences of process having occurred are evident even after reversal of irreversible process. म्हणजे irreversible process मध्ये कधी कधी काय होईल, सिस्टीम अँड सराउंडिंग ओरिजिनल स्टेटला येतील, सिस्टीम अँड सराउंडिंग ओरिजिनल स्टेटला येतील, पण त्याच्यामध्ये काय होईल, सिस्टीम कडून तर जास्त इनपुट दिलं जाईल, ट्रेस ठेवला जाईल, किंवा सराउंडिंग काय करेल, ट्रेस ठेवेल, त्या प्रोसेसला रिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेस म्हणायचं नाही. म्हणजे कधी कधी सिस्टीम अँड सराउंडिंग इनिशियल स्टेटला येतील पण त्यांचा पाथ डिफरंट असेल रिव्हर्स डायरेक्शनचा, कधी कधी ट्रेस एकमेकांकडे ठेवला असेल तर त्या प्रोसेसला सुद्धा आपण इरिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेसेस म्हणायचं, रिव्हर्सिबल म्हणायचं नाही. We should not call that as a here irreversible process. Okay, then a system undergoing reversible processes has maximum efficiency. So system with reversible processes are considered as reference system or benchmark. म्हणजे reversible process is considered as a ideal process. Reversible process is considered as a ideal process and here that process is having, because there is no loss, there is no rejection, therefore reversible system undergoing reversible process has maximum efficiency, कारण तिथं लॉस कसला नाही, heat loss कसला नाही. So the system with reversible processes are considered as reference system or benchmark. म्हणजे रिव्हर्सिबल सिस्टीमने जी प्रोसेस ना जेवढी इफिशियन्सी आपण अचीव करू तेवढी इफिशियन्सी ही काय असणार आहे, बेंचमार्क तेवढीच आपण अचीव करू शकणार आहे, त्याच्या पुढे जाऊ शकणार नाही. म्हणजे आपल्याला इफिशियन्सी मॅक्झिमम किती मिळू शकते हे आपल्याला रिव्हर्सिबल प्रोसेस आपल्याला सांगू शकते, किंवा त्याचा रिफरन्स घेऊन आपण सांगू शकतो की एखाद्याला आपण इथपर्यंतच एवढीच इफिशियन्सी वाढवू शकतो, त्याच्या पुढे इफिशियन्सी वाढवणं खूप अवघड आहे. ओके, then system having irreversible processes do not have maximum efficiency as compared to here reversible process, as it is accompanied by the wastage of energy. म्हणजे irreversible process असेल तर काय होईल, सगळीच अमाऊंट ऑफ हीट वर्क मध्ये कन्वर्ट होणार नाही, some amount of heat we have to reject to the surrounding. So therefore here reversible processes are having maximum efficiency, and here there occurs at infinitesimal here they are considered as benchmark for the systems. Then reversible process occurs at infinitesimal rate, that is quasi-static process. Reversible process occurs at infinitesimal rate, that is quasi-static process. So quasi-static means very slow process. Quasi-static means what? They are very slow process. Very slow म्हणजे एकदम स्लो प्रोसेस असते, एकदम अशी खूप वेळ लागतो त्या प्रोसेसला, तर दॅट इज कॉल्ड व्हॉट, quasi-static process. So reversible process very slow. Okay, means if you want to take the, we want to make the thermodynamic process as a reversible. Let us consider one example. If you want that initial temperature of a system is 10 degrees Celsius, and if you want to make it as a 5 degrees Celsius temperature, then definitely we have to take the heat from the system and we have to reject it to the surrounding. So what should be the intervals? So here if you want to make this process as a reversible, so that system and surrounding should be in thermal equilibrium at every stage. So first stage will be what, in that case 10 degrees Celsius to here 9.999 up to too many nines, then 9.999. okay, so this is here it may be, okay, so it may be 9.9992, 9.999 up to 8. So this much gradient should be there, infinitesimal gradient, very less or very static also, we can say nearly static. 9.99999 to 9.99998. So how much this is the infinitesimal gradient is there? 0.000001. This much slow gradient is there. It is called an infinitesimal gradient. So process looks very nearly static or quasi-static, near very slow process is a reversible process. And irreversible process occurs at finite rate. So we can make the temperature 10 degrees Celsius to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then that process will be irreversible. So that will not be considered as here. So 10 to 5 degrees Celsius, if you are achieving this in only one stage or maximum 2 stage, so that process cannot be called as here reversible process. It will be occurs at finite rate, and this will be occurs at infinitesimal rate. Infinitesimal means very slow rate, slow difference, 9.99992 to 9.99998, like that. Here it will be there. System remains throughout in thermodynamic equilibrium during the occurrence of each process. So system and surrounding throughout प्रत्येक घटनेला, each and every point, they should be remained in thermal equilibrium with each other. And इकडे irreversible process, what, system does not remain in thermodynamic equilibrium during occurrence of irreversible process. म्हणजे तिथं येईल इनिशियल स्टेटला सिस्टम अँड सराउंडिंग येतील, पण काही ठिकाणी थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम असेल, काही ठिकाणी थर्मल इक्विलिब्रियम नसेल. सो दॅट प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड व्हॉट? हियर irreversible process. Examples now. What are the examples? So I have told that there is no process in the world universe which is reversible process, but some process we are considering it as a here reversible process. For example, what? Here frictionless motion. So friction now there is no motion in frictionless, but still friction motion there is everywhere. There is small, at least small friction is there. So frictionless motion is one of the example of reversible process. In controlled expansion and compression, controlled expansion means what? Compression and expansion with infinitesimal pressure difference. So like that 1 bar to 1 point not if you want to compress 1.1 bar to 1.11111001 bar, and 1.001 bar to 1.0002 bar. So that way controlled expansion and compression. Elastic deformations, electric current with no resistance. So these are the electrolysis process, polarization and magnetization process. So these processes are considered as here reversible. Okay. Then heat transfer with infinitesimal temperature difference. So another is that here according to one thing that heat transfer with infinitesimal means very slow. Infinitesimal temperature difference. Okay, so this is also one of the reversible process. And irreversible, all other processes in the universe are irreversible process. So viscous fluid flow, viscous म्हणजे जास्त विस्कोसिटी असलेलं, जास्त घट्ट असलेलं फ्लुइड, विस्कस फ्लो. इनइलास्टिक डिफॉर्मेशन, हाय स्ट्रेस इफेक्ट, फ्री एक्सपान्शन, इलेक्ट्रिकल करंट विथ रेजिस्टन्स, म्हणजे जो आपला नेहमीचा करंट वाहतो तो इलेक्ट्रिक करंट विथ रेजिस्टन्स. मिक्सिंग ऑर डिसिमिलर गॅसेस, कुठलेही गॅस एकमेकांना मिक्स करणे. Okay, separation of same fluid, throttling process. So all the processes which are nowadays happening in the nature are called as irreversible processes. Okay, now I will ask you, everybody have understood the difference clearly between reversible processes and irreversible processes? Please mention in the chat box. Please mention in the chat box. Or any other any doubt? Prerna Wankhede, very good. Yes, sir. Prathamesh Salonki, very good. Others, please reply. If 4 to 5 comments, I will get that. Then I will proceed to next point. Okay, only Prerna and Prathamesh are understanding the reversible process and irreversible. Others are okay. Vedanta Dado, very good. Vedanta Dado, after a lot of time, I am getting your chart. So I will give 1 or 2 minutes to you so that you can write some of the points of irreversible and reversible processes. So write down some important points. 2 minutes I will give it to you. Right. Yogesh Kole is asking one question to me, that waterfall is a reversible process or irreversible process? Obviously, Yogesh, it is a irreversible process, because here with waterfall, now water is falling with gravity force, and with the same force we cannot transfer water from low height to high height. We have to external work, that is from surrounding, we have to give it to that system. So therefore it will be, obviously it is a irreversible process. Are you getting, Yogesh ji?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a completely irreversible process. कारण काय होतंय, वॉटरफॉल ग्रॅव्हिटी फोर्स न पडतंय काय, पण आपल्या तेवढ्याच त्या ग्रॅव्हिटी फोर्स न तेवढंच वॉटर जाणार नाही वर, त्याला आपल्याला थोडं पंपिंग करावं लागेल. पंपिंग पॉवर म्हणजे आपल्या सराउंडिंग कडून आपण घेतो. ओके, ठीक आहे. I think now, okay, we'll stop here for irreversible process. Now we'll go to next article. Okay, now there is one cycle that is called as what, Carnot cycle. So it is a Carnot cycle is an ideal cycle. Why it is ideal cycle? Because it consists of all processes as a reversible process, and I have already mentioned that the reversible processes are not occurs in the universe. They are rarely occurs. Rarely means it is very, very difficult to achieve a reversible process. But Sadi Carnot is one of the scientists. In 1824, he proposed the concept of heat engine working on reversible cycle, and that cycle is called as Carnot cycle. It is a really hypothetical cycle. It is ideal cycle. It is we can call it as a dream cycle. But though it is a dream cycle, remained on paper cycle, it has given to other inventors some kind of benchmarks. Okay, therefore that cycle is called as what, Carnot cycle, and it consisting of here all reversible processes. So there are in that cycle there are 4 processes. So Carnot cycle is proposed by Sadi Carnot in 1824. Okay, and concept of heat engine working on reversible processes or reversible cycle. So Carnot cycle is an ideal hypothetical cycle in which all processes are reversible. A cycle consisting of which processes are there. So first process is reversible isothermal addition, heat addition. So reversible is not possible, and during heat addition, always temperature remains increases. Or okay, and when we take the heat out, then temperature decreases. So reversible isothermal heat addition is one of the process. Then reversible adiabatic expansion is one process. Then now to complete the cycle, reversible isothermal heat rejection and reversible adiabatic compression, expansion, compression. So we have the cycle to get the initial points, initial position. Definitely 2 processes, and exact opposite to that 2 processes are there. So reversible isothermal heat addition, for that reversible isothermal heat rejection, reversible adiabatic expansion, for that reversible adiabatic compression. So this is going to be a cycle on PV diagram. So this is a cycle, 4-to-1 process is there. It is reversible isothermal heat addition. So here 4-to-1. So on PV diagram, this adiabatic process can be drawn like this. But TS diagram, because 4-to-1 temperature is remaining constant. So T4 is equal to T1. So temperature is remaining constant and heat is adding. As heat is added, entropy is also goes on increasing. So 4-to-1 isothermal, reversible isothermal heat addition. Okay, temperature remaining constant. Okay, then 1-to-2 is a compression. Here reversible adiabatic compression. Compression means what? Here, sorry, reversible adiabatic expansion. So for that, expansion means pressure is goes on decreasing, volume is goes on increasing. So this process is nothing but what? Reversible adiabatic expansion. Okay, so during this process we get the work. Okay, that is okay, and then afterwards exact reverse of 4-to-1, reversible isothermal heat rejection. So T2 is equal to T3, and entropy is decreasing means heat is removed from the system. So heat is rejected. So here it is what? Heat is rejected, but what? Isothermally and reversibly isothermally and reversibly. Okay, so this is 4-to-3. And 3 to 4 is what? Isothermal reversible here adiabatic compression. Okay, so 3 to 4 during that adiabatic process temperature is increasing from T3 to T4. Okay, and for this process we have to give the workout. Okay, so this is work is we have to give to the system, and system is developing work during expansion process. So to have these reversible processes, what Carnot has assumed, so he assumptions of Carnot is are piston cylinder arrangement is weightless and frictionless. So he has assumed that pistons and cylinder are very, very lightweight pistons and cylinder arrangement and frictionless. So there is a no friction in between piston and cylinder. So piston cylinder arrangement is weightless and frictionless. So heat transfer only takes with heat reservoirs. Heat reservoirs means what? There is no heat loss. So only heat reservoir, only it is transferring to source and sink. So others here, no heat loss occurs. Means it is ideal condition. Walls of piston and cylinder are perfectly insulated so that heat will not go to other parts. And all processes are reversible. So these are the assumptions of Carnot cycle. So what is that? Piston cylinder arrangement is weightless and frictionless. Heat transfer takes place only with the reservoirs, that is source and sink. Then walls of piston and cylinder are perfectly insulated so that it will not go to any other sources. And all processes are reversible processes. Understood this PV diagram and TS diagram? Mention in chat box. Okay, very good. Yogesh, it is means all natural processes are irreversible processes now. Okay, very good, good. It is. Yogesh, it is correct. You are correct. It means all natural processes are irreversible process. Very good. Okay, others now reply me. Everybody got assumptions, PV diagram and TS diagram of Carnot cycle. But what is meant by basic of Carnot cycle? Please mention in chat box. This is little bit theoretical and little bit we have to concentrate. Otherwise, very difficult. Means it is not that much easy to teach as well as to learn. Pawan Shinde, yes, Pawan is getting. Others, please reply. So that my confidence will increase. Prerna Wankhede, very good. Yes. Yes, Prerna ji and Pawan ji, they are telling. Yes, yes. Others, Asmita Sarvade, Abhishek Jadhav. Yes, sir, understood. Very good. It increases my confidence. Others, if you are having doubt, like Yogesh ji asked me, Abhishek Jadhav, so you can ask also. Okay. Now, in that case here, area under a process 4.1, area under process what 4.1.2. This area will be what? Showing the work out. Okay, work developed by the system. And area 2.3.4. This will show that work required for the process. Okay, area under 4.1.2 is work done. Gas during the expansion part of cycle, and area under the curve 2.3.4 is work done on the gas during compression process. So compression always we have to supply the work. So system will need the work, and during expansion system will generate the work. Everybody getting? So expand. Remember always that during expansion always we are getting the work, and during compression always we have to supply the work. So area included by the polygon 4.1.2.3.4 is network. So हा जो एरिया आहे सगळ्यात म्हणजे एरिया 4.1.2 मध्ये आपल्याला वर्क मिळणार, 2.3.4 मध्ये वर्क आपल्याला सप्लाय करावं लागणार, and network will be what? Area covered by closed cycle, that is 4.1.2.3.4. Okay, and for that our system we have taken example, that is work done is nothing but what? Here if you apply this our source and sink temperature, this is a source from source at high temperature we are taking the heat. Okay, then let us consider this Q1 QS amount is supplied, or this Q1 also we can mention somewhere. if it is a heat engine during expansion process where developing work W, okay, and some amount of work is to be rejected, okay, and it is be rejected to the low temperature thermal reservoir. It is called as sink. So work obtained is what? QS minus QR, and efficiency of cycle is nothing but what? Work obtained divided by heat supplied. So eta Carnot cycle efficiency is nothing but what? Work obtained, that is the total work done divided by heat supplied. And how much is the work done? It is heat supplied. If you apply the first law of thermodynamics, incoming is equal to outgoing. What is that? Incoming is equal to outgoing. QS is incoming is equal to outgoing means what? W plus QR. Cycle 3 वाजता QS is equal to W plus QR. Okay. W is equal to what? Heat supplied QS minus heat rejected QR. Okay. So here, therefore, what? Work obtained is nothing but heat supplied minus heat rejected. So that formula we know. So total work done, that is QS, heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. Now in BME, or there is a basic equations are that heat supplied in isothermal process, because heat supplied and heat rejections are isothermal processes. Okay. And isothermal reversible process. So heat supplied can be calculated by formula, that is here P4 V4 ln of V1 by V4. Okay. So what is here equation is that P4 V4. So initial condition, that is initial pressure and initial volume into ln of V4 by V1. V1 by V4. So this is the equation we can calculate. With the help of this equation, one can calculate the heat supplied P4 V4 ln of V1 minus V1 by V4. Okay. So this is the equation, basic equation we have to remember. But we know that PV is equal to RT, isothermal process. So PV is equal to RT means what? P4 V4, R is constant. Therefore what? P4 V4 is equal to PV is equal to RT means what? RT means what? R into T4. Okay. So P4 V4 R is constant. So RT4 ln of V1 by V4. This is heat supplied. So this you have to remember, or you can write in your notebook. Okay. Then also during isothermal heat rejection process, heat rejected, as it is heat rejected is there, therefore it is minus sign. Initial pressure in that process is what? 2 to 3, heat is rejected. So initial condition is P2 V2 ln of what? Fine, V3 upon V2, and we have to give minus sign because it is rejected. So minus P2 V2 ln of V3 by V2, or minus RT2. P2 V2 is what? RT2 minus RT2 ln of V3 by V2. But if you want to give this minus sign, okay, final it is V3 by V2. It should be minus RT2 ln of V2 by V3. It is, I think, mistake is there. It will be V2 by. Okay. Then put equation 1 and 2 in equation 1 we get. So what is that? Heat rejected minus heat supplied minus heat rejected. So therefore, if you put in the equation, that is what? Eta efficiency is equal to heat rejected minus heat supplied minus heat rejected. So it will become what? RT1 ln of V1 by V4 minus RT2 ln of. Now here we have to use minus, therefore I think this should be used as it is. Okay. So minus R ln of V3 by V2. Okay, divided by minus R ln of V1 by V4 minus R2 ln of V3 by V2 divided by RT1 ln of V1 by V4. Okay. Therefore, eta Carnot will be equal to what? 1 minus. So here we can take this as a common RT1 ln of V1 by V4. This will be 1 minus T2 ln of V3 by V2 divided by T1 ln of V1 by V4. Now we know that for adiabatic expansion process T2 upon T1 here the relation आपल्याला माहित पाहिजे T2 upon T1 adiabatic process चे T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. आणि दुसरं काय T4 upon T3 is equal to V4 upon V3 raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. But T4 is equal to T1 and T3 is equal to T1. Therefore, this T1 is equal to T1 upon T2 is equal to V4 upon V3 raised to gamma minus 1. हे इक्वेशन आणि हे पण T1 upon T2 चं इक्वेशन कुठलं आहे T1 upon T2 चं और T2 upon T1 is equal to काय येते V3 upon V4 raised to gamma minus 1 उलट रिसिप्रोकल केल्यामुळे आता हे दोन T2 upon T1 चे इक्वेशन आहे T2 upon T1 म्हणजे V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1 आणि इथे पण काय V3 T2 upon T1 V3 upon V4 raised to gamma minus 1. Therefore, V2 upon V2 upon V1 is equal to V3 upon V4 or V2 upon V3 is equal to V1 by V4. म्हणजे मगाच इक्वेशन मध्ये आपण जे ठेवले V3 upon V2 is equal to V1 by V4. म्हणजे ln of V3 upon V2 and ln of V3 upon V2 it will get cancelled because both are equal and we are getting what? Okay, so it is 1 minus T2 upon T2 ln of V3 by V2 divided by T1 ln of V3 by V2. It will get cancelled. What we are getting now? Last term as a here eta Carnot is equal to 1 minus T2 upon T1 or is equal to T1 minus T2 upon T1. T1 minus T2 upon T1. म्हणजे Carnot cycle efficiency only depends on temperature only. Temperature, heat supplied temperature and heat rejected temperature. All it never depends on fluid other condition, only depends on two temperature. One is what? Heat addition temperature and another is what? Heat rejection temperature. Okay. In general, eta Carnot is equal to what? TH म्हणजे high temperature source temperature minus low कुठलं source sink temperature divided by source temperature. In general, for heat engine, eta Carnot is equal to Q1. Q1 means heat supplied minus Q2 heat rejected divided by Q1 or is also equal to what? QS heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. Okay. Or T1 heat supplied temperature minus heat rejected temperature divided by heat supplied temperature. So this is the formula for Carnot heat engine. I want that everybody understood. I am going to supply the notes. Don't worry about that. Today I am going to supply. But I want chat box understood the process. It's very, very important. Abhishek Jadhav afterwards. Nobody is replying. Shall I repeat once again? Sir, please repeat this point. Rahul Salgari. Very good, Rahul. Okay, I will repeat. Others, please reply. For Rahul, I am going to repeat. Don't worry. But others, anybody of you understood? Explain once more, Abhishek. Repeat, sir. Okay. Asmira sir. So, shall I repeat from derivation only or what? Carnot cycle only. I will repeat Carnot cycle. So, repeat derivation. Okay. Okay. So we have assumed that Carnot cycle is an ideal cycle. It is hypothetical cycle. Piston cylinder arrangement is wetlet. So assumptions made by the Carnot are piston cylinder arrangement is wetless and frictionless. So whatever the piston and cylinder he has taken, because he wants to make cycle as a reversible cycle. So piston and cylinder arrangement is wetless and frictionless. Heat transfer only takes place with the reservoir. So there is no heat loss because only reservoirs can take the heat transfer, or they will only allowed to do the heat transfer. Then walls of piston and cylinder are perfectly insulated so that heat should be not go to the surrounding, or there should not be heat loss. So all processes are reversible. Okay. Then for that here 4-to-1. What is that? Here he assumed that two processes are reversible isothermal heat addition. One is process and one is reversible isothermal heat rejection. So to have the cycle completion, there should be always opposite. Two processes are opposite to each other. This is a 4-to-1 reversible adiabatic heat addition. So here 4-to-1. So this is in PV diagram. Adiabatic process can be represented like this, 4-to-1. Within this process, pressure is slightly decreasing, volume is slightly, here it will be increasing if heat is added, because that fluid is changing from water to vapor. Okay. So or 1-to-2 here reversible adiabatic expansion. 2-to-3 reversible adiabatic heat rejection. Reversible isothermal heat rejection. So here during heat addition, T4 is equal to T1. So heat addition temperature remaining constant, and T2 is equal to T3. Heat rejection also temperature remains constant. And expansion process, pressure is decreasing. So this is volume. Expansion means what? Pressure is decreasing, volume should be increasing. So pressure is decreasing, but volume is goes on increasing. So here 1-to-2, the entropy is remaining constant because it is reversible adiabatic. Okay. 2-to-3 is reversible isothermal heat rejection, and same way reversible adiabatic compression. Again entropy remaining constant. 3-to-4, here pressure is increasing and volume is also decreasing. याच्यापेक्षा असं उलटी प्रोसेस. ओके. तर ह्या 4 प्रोसेसेस आहेत. तर आपल्याला काय करायचं, आपल्याला इफिशियन्सी ऑफ कार्नोट सायकल फाइंड आउट करायची. इफिशियन्सी ऑफ कार्नोट सायकलचा बेसिक फॉर्म्युला काय आहे? हीट सप्लाइड मायनस टोटल वर्क डन डिवाइड बाय हीट सप्लाइड. पण हीट सप्लाइड कशी काढू शकतो आपण? हीट सप्लाय केलेली हीट QS, रिजेक्टेड केलेली हीट QR. म्हणजे QS इज इक्वल टू काय असतं? W आउटगोइंग एरो, QR आउटगोइंग एरो. म्हणून वर्क डन बाय द सिस्टम काय असते नेहमी? हीट सप्लाइड मायनस हीट रिजेक्टेड. इट इज डिफरन्स इन बिटवीन काय? इट इज डिफरन्स इन बिटवीन हीट सप्लाइड अँड हीट रिजेक्टेड. आहे फोर चांगलं म्हणतात ना. सॉरी. So heat rejected minus heat supplied minus heat rejected is a work done. Therefore, eta Carnot is equal to what? Heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. This is the formula. Now, heat supplied is process is what? Isothermal. Here, reversible isothermal heat addition. Okay. Therefore, this is basic formula for that. Adiabatic isothermal adiabatic reversible heat addition. Basic formula is what? P4 initial pressure volume. For that, I have to refer your first figure. Initial pressure volume into ln of final volume divided by initial volume. So, okay, P4 V4. So this is basic formula. P4 V4 is equal to ln of V1 by V4. Okay, if you want to understand, you have to write with me on your rough pages. Write down QS is eta Carnot is equal to, at least Carnot cycle you mentioned there, and write down eta Carnot is equal to QS minus QR divided by QS. So this is mathematical steps are there. I will read, and you are also reading, getting, but I think to get the its real effect, you have to write on your pages. Okay. So QS is equal to P4 V4 ln of V1 by V4, or it is equal to RT4 ln of V1 by V4. So this is equation number 1, because PV is equal to RT, because isothermal process. Therefore, P4 V4 is equal to RT4, where R is constant. So entire cycle, that gas is having constant R, gas constant. So RT4 ln of V1 by V4. Up till now, everybody understand? So we'll go step by step. Chat mentioned in chat box. So somebody repeat. Those are telling repetition. Please mention. Now I want some reply from your side. Up till now, everybody understand? Asmira sir, now I am getting little bit confidence. Understood, sir. Others? Yes, sir. Prathamesh, yes, understood equation. Okay, very good. Now, same way, heat rejected equation will be what? Minus RT2. But already it is what we are giving minus sign here in the equation. Therefore, what there we should not give the minus sign here. So already here minus sign should not be there. It will be plus sign. Okay, because we are taking here P2 V2 ln of. So here it will be, actually it is volume, this ratio will become negative. Okay, already it is there. P2 V2 ln of V3 by V2. So final volume, here initial state pressure volume into ln of V3, final volume divided by here initial volume. So it will be ln of P2 V2 ln of V3 by V2. Okay, or it is equal to P2, it is equal to RT2 ln of V3 by V2. Okay, this will be plus sign. Okay, because we are taking volumes as compared to our first equation. Therefore, it will be V3 by RT2 ln of V3 by V2 only. It is not the minus sign, it is or V3 by V2. Okay, so therefore, we have to now equation eta Carnot is equal to what? Eta Carnot we have got that the efficiency of Carnot cycle will be is equal to what? QS heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. Okay. So therefore, eta Carnot is equal to what? RT1. Already we got RT1 ln of V1 by V4. 3%. दोन तास चालते काय काढताना RT1 ln of V1 by V4 minus RT2 ln of V3 by V2 divided by RT1 ln of V1 by V4. जर तुमच्या ह्याच्यातनं झालं तर मग काय? RT1 ln of V1 by V4 minus RT2 ln of V3 by V2 divided by RT1 ln of V1 by V4. Okay, now, but that way will be what? 1 minus R will be get cancelled. T2 ln of V3 by V2 divided by T1 ln of V1 by V4. Now, we want to show that another step is there, that in by compression process and expansion process, that V3 upon V2 is equal to V1 upon V4. V3 upon V2 is equal to V1 upon V4. And for that, there is one compression law. So what is that? Adiabatic expansion is there. And for that, T2 upon T1 temperature ratio is equal to what? Volume ratio raised to gamma minus 1. So this is equation is there. P1, okay. T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. So this is a relation is based on the that law. What is that relation is there? Here we have to use the two equations. So we will not here P1 of P1 V1 upon T1. Okay, is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. This way one equation we have to use. Okay, isothermal it is going to be adiabatic process. Okay, and then another equation is there that P1 V1 raised to gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. Okay, so if you use these two equations in that, P2 upon P1 we can get here, and then we can get relationship between T2 upon T1 is as a T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. So P2 upon P1 will become what? V1 upon V1 upon T1 into T2 upon V2. Okay, and in that case if you use that V1, then P2 upon P1 we can use in terms of V1 and gamma, then where we will get the relation T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. So this final relation we will get. So for that, here T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. Similarly, T4 upon T3 is equal to what? Adiabatic compression process V4 upon V3 raised to gamma minus 1. So these two equations we are getting. But by the figure we know that T1 is equal to T4 because isothermal heat addition process, and T2 is equal to T3. So if you put in that equation here, T4 is equal to T1 and T3 is equal to T2, then same equation we are getting T1 upon T2 is equal to V4 upon V3 raised to gamma minus 1. And earlier also we are getting T2 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. This indicates that here T1 upon T2 is equal to V4 upon V3. So gamma minus 1. So if index is same on the both side, it can be get cancelled. Okay. Therefore, V4 upon V3, okay, is equal to V2 upon V1. म्हणजे दोन्हीकडचा जर इंडेक्स सेम असेल तर दोन्हीकडचं आता लेफ्ट हँड साइड तर दोघांची सेमच आहे, त्यामुळे आपण काय म्हणणार आता V2 upon V1 इथे V2 upon V1 raised to gamma minus 1. I am taking this gamma in this way is equal to what? V3 upon V4 raised to gamma minus 1. So okay, if index is same on both sides, so base is different, so we can cancel the index. That is the law of indexing. Therefore, V2 upon V1 is equal to V3 upon V4. Okay, so or V2 upon V1. So therefore, reciprocal V2 upon V3. If we transfer this side, and this will transfer this side. Okay, then what will get? V2 upon V3 is equal to V1 upon V4, and that we want to prove. Okay, so therefore V3 upon V2 is coming as V1 upon V4. So this indicates that here 1 minus T2 ln of V3 upon V2 is divided by T1 ln of V1 upon V2 आहे त्याच्याऐवजी काय केले आपण P4 V3 upon V2 देत आहे, and it will get cancelled. Therefore, eta Carnot is efficiency is coming as what? 1 minus T2 upon T1 or T1 minus T2 upon T1. Means Carnot cycle efficiency only depends on its temperature, not on other cases. Only two temperatures if we know, we can calculate the Carnot cycle efficiency. Or T1 म्हणजे काय? High temperature, and TL म्हणजे काय? Low temperature. In general जर म्हणायचं म्हटलं तर high temperature minus low temperature divided by here high temperature. Or in Carnot Q1 दोन्ही फॉर्म्युला आपण काढू शकतो. Q1 minus Q2 divided by Q1 or Q1 म्हणजेच काय? Heat supplied minus heat rejected divided by heat supplied. Eta Carnot T1 minus T2 divided by T1 म्हणजे TH च्या ठिकाणी फक्त T1 ऍड झालं. Now I want that maybe understand. I have tried my best, level best. Still board is required, I understand. Please message. Yes, sir, understood. Now Asmira sir is understanding. Very good. Prerna Wankade understood. Very good. Yes, sir, Prathamesh. Now no problem. Repetition serve the purpose. Okay, Shiv Prasad Karan did to everyone. Yes, sir. Very good, Shiv Prasad. Now this is going to be a Carnot cycle. So it is the efficiency of a Carnot cycle, or Carnot cycle is called as now reversible heat engine cycle. Why? Because it consisting of all processes which are reversible. So therefore, Carnot heat engine is also called as reversible heat engine. Carnot engine is also called as what? Reversible heat engine. Okay. Now there is Carnot refrigerator is also there. It is exactly reverse of Carnot heat engine is Carnot refrigerator. So what is Carnot refrigerator? COP of Carnot refrigerator is also depends on two temperatures, because that refrigerator and heat pump also involves all processes as a reversible processes. Therefore, COP of refrigerator is equal to air heat absorbed from the air from the evaporator or in the evaporator divided by work. Work means what? Q1 minus Q2, or QR reject divided by QS minus QR, or low temperature divided by high temperature minus low temperature. So ही फॉर्म्युला सगळ्यांनी लिहून घ्या. Carnot COP of Carnot refrigerator Q2 upon Q1 minus Q2, or QR divided by QS minus QR, or is equal to TL low temperature divided by high temperature minus low temperature. And COP of Carnot heat pump Q2 च्या ऐवजी फक्त काय Q1 divided by Q1 minus Q2, or T1 divided by T1 minus T2, or TH minus TH divided by TL. What? Because to solve the numericals, we have to use this equation. TH reverse of heat engine. TH divided by TH minus TL, or COP of Carnot cycle, COP of refrigerator heat pump is equal to 1 plus COP of refrigerator. That formula also we can use. Write down this formula also there. So till time I will give 1 or 2 minutes to you. So mention in chat box whether understood.
सर आवाज येत नाही सर.
Sorry. Okay, okay. Okay, I will repeat. So Carnot theorem 1 is what? No heat engine is having more efficiency than reversible heat engine. Okay. Working between the same temperature limits. Working between the same temperature limits. Okay. So no heat engine is having more efficiency than reversible heat engine working between the same temperature limits. म्हणजे आपण काय केलंय, एक दोन हीट इंजिन कन्सिडर करतोय. एक रिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिन, त्याला HER म्हणतोय. ओके. आणि दुसरं आहे ते इरिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिन, त्याला आपण HEI म्हणतोय. ओके. HEI आणि एकाला HER. ओके. तर हीट इंजिन, रिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिनला पण हीट सप्लाय Q1 मिळते. HEI ला पण हीट सप्लाय काय मिळते Q1, कारण सोर्सचं टेम्परेचर दोघांचं काय सारखं आहे, त्यामुळे ओके हीट सप्लाय दोघांना सारखी मिळते. पण आता ह्याचं वर्क डन किती आहे, WR म्हणूया आपण. W म्हणण्याच्या आपण WR, W रिव्हर्सिबल आणि ह्याला W इरिव्हर्सिबल. आणि ह्यानं रिजेक्ट केलेली हीट Q2R आणि ह्याला रिजेक्ट केलेली हीट काय Q2I. ओके. आता इथं काय म्हणतंय की दोन टेम्परेचर, रिव्हर्सिबल इंजिन आणि इरिव्हर्सिबल इंजिन आहे, दोघांचं पण सोर्सचं टेम्परेचर सेम आहे, म्हणजे दे आर वर्किंग बिटवीन सेम टेम्परेचर लिमिट आणि सिंग टेम्परेचर लिमिट. तर विच हीट इंजिन इज हॅव्हिंग मोर इफिशियन्सी, तर रिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिन इज हॅव्हिंग मोर इफिशियन्सी. म्हणजे कुठल्याही इंजिनची इफिशियन्सी रिव्हर्सिबल इंजिन पेक्षा कधीही जास्त असत नाही जेव्हा ते एक दोन सेम टेम्परेचर लिमिटला वर्क करत असतील. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ रिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिनचं वर्क डन हे नेहमी काय असतं, WR इज ग्रेटर दॅन WIR. इफिशियन्सी फॉर्म्युला म्हणलं तर इटा R इज ग्रेटर दॅन इटा I. याला म्हणतोय आपण कार्नॉट थेरम 1. एव्हरीबडी गॉट दिस? म्हणजे दोन इंजिन, एक रिव्हर्सिबल इंजिन आहे आणि दुसरं इरिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिन आहे, and they are working between same temperature limit. तर कुठल्याची इफिशियन्सी जास्त असेल, कुठल्याची इफिशियन्सी जास्त असेल, रिव्हर्सिबल हीट इंजिनची इफिशियन्सी काय असेल जास्त. पण कंडिशन काय आहे, दे शुड वर्क बिटवीन सेम टेम्परेचर लिमिट. दोघांचं इनपुट सोर्स टेम्परेचर सेम आहे, सिंक टेम्परेचर सेम आहे, पण त्यांचं काय आहे, इफिशियन्सी कोणात जास्त असेल तिथं रिव्हर्सिबल. कारण रिव्हर्सिबल म्हणजे कसं आहे, आयडियल हीट इंजिन. Everybody got this theorem? Please mention in the chat box. Got it. Okay, Asmita got it. Others please reply. Yes sir, Yogesh, Prerna. Okay, very good. सो आता ह्याची करोलरी काय आहे, तर आता हे दोन्ही हिट इंजिन, अर्जुन इंगळे गुड, पवन गुड, ओके. करोलरी ऑफ करंट थेरम काय, तर दोन्ही हिट इंजिन, विजय भड, ओके. तर दोन्ही हिट इंजिन जर रिव्हर्सिबल असतील, ह्याच्यातली ही पण रिव्हर्सिबल आहे आणि ही पण रिव्हर्सिबल आहे, दोन्ही पण सॉरी रिव्हर्सिबल असतील आणि दोघांचं टेम्परेचर काय असेल, सारखं असेल, तर इफिशियन्सी काय असेल, ऑल रिव्हर्सिबल हिट इंजिन वर्किंग बिटवीन सेम टेम्परेचर लिमिट हॅव राहिले have same efficiency, have same efficiency. लिहून घ्या वाटलं कार्नोट थेरम 1 आणि कार्नोट थेरम ते, म्हणजे दोन्ही जर हिट इंजिन काय असतील, रिव्हर्सिबल असतील आणि त्यांचं टेम्परेचर पण काय असेल, वर्किंग बिटवीन सेम टेम्परेचर लिमिट, तर त्यांची इफिशियन्सी काय असणार, सेम. द ऑल रिव्हर्सिबल हिट इंजिन वर्किंग बिटवीन सेम टेम्परेचर लिमिट हॅव सेम इफिशियन्सी. म्हणजे किती पण रिव्हर्सिबल हिट इंजिन तुम्ही सिरीज मध्ये लावा, त्यांचं सोर्स टेम्परेचर एक द्या, सिंकला पण तेच टेम्परेचर ठेवा, सगळ्यांची इफिशियन्सी काय असेल, सारखी असेल, कारण नो लॉस ऑफ हीट. ओके, सगळ्यांचा लॉस ऑफ हीट 0 असणार आहे, त्यामुळे जेवढं वर्क सगळ्यांचं काय असणार, सारखं असणार, त्यामुळे त्यांची इफिशियन्सी पण सारखी असणार. एव्हरीबडी गॉट दिस टू थेरम्स, कार्नोट थेरम 1 and कार्नोट थेरम 1? प्लीज write in your notebook. After writing, also mention in chat box, understood, like that. कुठलाही मिळणार त्याला नंबर, कुठलाही मिळणार त्याला. तुम्ही दुसऱ्याकडे घ्या, मला काय विचारता मला. नंबर आपण सांगा, नंबर काय ते घे म्हणा तुझ्या ऑफिशियल वेबसाईटवर. ठीक आहे. मला सरांचा नंबर काय तुम्हाला कुठल्या वेबसाईटवर भेटतो. सरांना विचार वाटलं त्याला युटेक फ्रॉम वेबसाईट म्हणा, ऑफिशियल वेबसाईट. ते काय म्हणणं होतं तुम्ही बघा म्हणा. Okay. Another thing is there, it is not in our syllabus, but we should have knowledge so that we can solve the problem. It is called as Clausius inequality. Clausius inequality. It is called as what theorem is called as what? Clausius inequality theorem. Inequality, Li. Clausius inequality. Write down so that we'll understand. Clausius inequality is defined as, so first of all write down so that we will not understand. Clausius inequality is defined as whenever a system undergo a complete reversible process, then cyclic integral of dq by t is always equal to 0. Cyclic integral of dq by t is always equal to 0. हे write down करा त्याच्यात तुम्हाला समजणार नाही. Clausius inequality is defined as whenever a system undergo, म्हणजे एखादी सिस्टीम जर complete reversible processला जर जात असेल, okay, then cyclic integral, this is symbol, this is integration symbol, and is taken as this is called as integration taken over a cycle, or it is called as cyclic integral. याचं नाव काय? Cyclic integral. So cyclic integral of dq by t, cyclic integral dq by t is always equal to 0. सांगा. Mathematically for reversible cycle, cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0. Mathematically cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0. Okay. Significance of Clausius inequality. Mathematically for reversible cycle, cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0. Done. Please mention in chat box. समजून घ्या. I will explain. Clausius inequality defines that when a system undergoes a complete reversible process, then cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0. This is cyclic integral. Means for a reversible process, cyclic integral of dq by t is always equal to 0. And from that, you can identify that if cyclic integral of cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0 if it is coming from any for any system or any process, then that process or that system we say it as a reversible process or reversible system. So for defining distinguishing clearly in between reversible process and irreversible process, cyclic integral of dq by t should must be equal to 0. If it is coming equal to 0, then that process is a reversible process. And another significance are there of reversible process, that is first, that is cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0 and cycle is a reversible cycle. So write down significance of crosses inequality. Write down significance of crosses inequality. Write down case 1. Case 1, that is cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0. Cycle is reversible. Cycle is reversible. सरांचा आलता फोन आता आपण बोलवले हो पण 3 वाजता काय काय म्हणले सर म्हणले सॉरी cycle is reversible. If cyclic integral dq by t is less than 0, the cycle is irreversible. Cycle is reversible. Cycle is irreversible. Then if cyclic integral of dq by t is less than 0 or negative, less than 0 means what? Negative. It is coming as negative. Then cycle is irreversible. Cycle is what? Irreversible. Okay. And third case is that case 3, not 2. If cyclic integral of dq by t is greater than 0 or we can say positive, then cycle is impossible. What is case 3? If cyclic integral of dq by t is greater than 0, then cycle is impossible. And first, second is what? If cyclic integral of dq by t is equal to 0, cycle is reversible. And if cyclic integral of dq by t is negative, cycle is irreversible. Now we'll learn how to find out cyclic integral in simple way. Okay. Now for that, let us assume that one source is there. Having temperature, let us consider T1. Temperature. T1. Okay. Now this source is supplying Q1 amount of heat to a heat engine. Is there. So it will develop as it is heat engine, it will develop, obviously it will develop. Obviously it will develop heat engine work. Okay. Then some amount of it will be rejected to a low temperature reservoir. So it is 2 is there. Okay, low temperature reservoir. It is called as sink. Having temperature sink SINK, having temperature T2. Then cyclic integral for this process will be, cyclic means over a cycle, therefore integration sign, and in that this indicate that it is integration taken over a cycle. It is called as cyclic integral dq by t. म्हणजे interaction काय is equal to काय heat supplied, as it is sign is what supplying to the heat engine, therefore it is positive q1 upon t1 dq by t cyclic integral, so q1 upon t1 minus y minus q2 is rejected because system is rejecting it, minus q2 upon t2. म्हणजे सायक्लिक इंटिग्रल म्हणजे एखाद्या सायकलचं जर सायक्लिक इंटिग्रल काढायचं असेल आणि ही जर सायकलचा फॉर्म जर असा असेल, कुठला सोर्स टेम्परेचर T1, सिंक टेम्परेचर T2 and source is supplying Q1 amount of heat, heat engine is developing W amount of work, Q2 is rejected to sink at temperature T2, then cyclic integral of dq by t in this case will be Q1 upon source temperature T1, okay, plus Q2 upon T2, but Q2 is rejected, it is always negative, therefore minus Q2 upon T2. Cyclic integral of dq by t is coming as Q1 upon T1 is equal to Q2 upon T2. Understood? So write down this cyclic integral of dq by t, how to find out. Keep understand. If it is not understand, if you want to repeat, I am ready to repeat. Please mention in chat box. Please mention in chat box. Yes, one message I got. Understand, understood, understand. Very good. That increase my confidence. Okay, very good. You write down this. It is 243. One numerical will solve and we will close our session. Cyclic integral, one numeric, simple numerical will solve. Okay, one numerical here is there. Okay. So write down that numerical. 1130 kilojoule of heat is supplied to engine. 1130 kilojoule of heat is supplied to engine from source at 292 degrees Celsius. The engine rejects heat to a sink at 12 degrees Celsius. For which of the following cases the cycle is irreversible, comma, reversible and impossible results? Write down that numerical. This is our last numerical. Don't take tension. Eleven 30 kilojoule of heat is supplied to engine from a source. So every case 1130 kilojoule of heat is supplied. So if we go for the first case, what will be engine and sink temperature? So remember that when we are solving the numerical on thermodynamics, we should have SI units. So degree Celsius, first of all, we have to convert into Kelvin. That care we have to take. Okay. Then first of all, what we have to go for? So I will. This will not erase. first case we will see here. So here within less space I will solve. So source temperature is equal to and sink temperature, all cases it is same. Only heat rejected case is different in all three cases. Okay. So first temperature T1 is equal to, now remember that T1 is source, it is at higher temperature. Thermal reservoir which is at higher temperature is called as source. So 292 degrees Celsius. So 292 plus, if you want to convert into Kelvin, SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. 292 plus, what do we have to add? Somebody can tell?
273.
273, correct. So 273 plus 292, how much it will come? Somebody can have used the calculator.
565.
565. Oh, very good. 565 Kelvin. So remember that always temperature should be in Kelvin. Okay. So this will supply, in all cases it will supply how much heat? Here 1130. Q1 is equal to what? 1130 kilojoule. Okay, and it is heat engine. Let us say it will develop some work that will be called as W. Okay, it will reject some amount of heat. It is Q2, and first case, how much is the heat rejected? 282. So I will not write kilojoule because I am having less space problem. So I will write kilojoule. You consider kilojoule, and it is rejected to a thermal reservoir which is at low temperature, that is T2. 12 degrees Celsius means how much Kelvin?
285.
285. 273 plus 2 is 285 Kelvin. Remember that this should be always converted in temperature should be, while solving numerical on Carnot cycle or second law of thermodynamics, temperature should be in Kelvin. Everybody getting? Now, first of all, whether irreversible, for that process inequality we have to apply. What is process inequality? Cyclic integral of dq by t we have to find out. Cyclic integral of dq by t we have to find out. And how to find out? Cyclic integral of dq by t will be equal to what? I have already told what is the meaning of cyclic integral of dq by t. Q1 divided by T1 minus Q2 divided by T2. किती येईल? Q1 divided by T1 किती येईल? Q1 किती आहे? 1130. सगळीकडे तेच येणार सगळ्या केसला. हे केस 1 म्हणतोय आपण. 1130 divided by T1 is 565 minus Q2 किती आहे आपला? 282 divided by temperature 285 and is equal to how much it is coming?
1.01.
1.01 and 1.01 is greater than 0. Therefore cycle is impossible. So in this case there is no possibility of cycle. Cycle is impossible according to Clausius. You already got this? Now same thing, you can only replace Q2 by 855. Second case ला Q2 काय करायचा? 855 ने रिप्लेस करायचा आणि हीटर सायक्लिक इंटिग्रल ऑफ dq by t फाइंड आउट करायचा. थर्ड केसला Q2 फक्त 570 ने रिप्लेस करायचा आणि dq by t काढायचा. and you tell me the answers. I think answers are on the screen. Answers are on the screen. You check, confirm.
Yes, sir. Same answer.
Same answers you are getting. So everybody is doing calculation. So means second law of thermodynamics is very much important. Clausius statement means Clausius inequality is given by Clausius, who stated second law of thermodynamics one statement. Okay. So this is a here Clausius statement. So Clausius help us whether the cycle is reversible, whether a cycle is irreversible, or whether a cycle is impossible. The second case is coming as what? Q1 means 1130 divided by 565 minus Q2 is 855 divided by 285 and is equal to 1. And yeah, 1 means what? Sorry, it is coming as -1. -1, it is -1. So -1 means what? Less than 0 means what? Cycle will be irreversible. The significance where I told you to write. And next is what? 570 kilo